We are in Parshat Naso. We will be learning this parasha for 2 weeks now. Very exciting. The longest parasha has the blessings of the Kohanim, and everything in the Torah, it's a lesson for us today. So there is things in the Torah that seem just an historical account of something that happened. But we know better. Torah milashon ha'ra'ah. Torah means a lesson for us today. So there is a story of the Levites in our parasha, the census of Gershon and Merari, and this is what an event that took place only once. They were counted. On the second year, when they came out of Egypt, God counted them. But spiritually, what does it represent? What do we learn from the counting of the Levites? Which there is more than one counting of the Levites, but the one we're talking about in our parasha is those who were able to work in the temple and carrying the parts of the temple from 30 to 50 years old. Now, we know that because of the sin of the spies, the Jewish people were forbidden to enter the land of Israel, those who were 20 years and older, because they said, we won't be able to do it. We'll die in the desert trying. And God said, yes, if that's what you say, if that's what you want, what you express, what you verbalize, that's what will happen. That's why you have to be so careful never to say anything negative. If you say we won't be able, means because you don't want to. If you want something, say I'll be able, I'll do it, I'll manage, and then you're successful. Now, what happened to those Jews that say we won't be able, that they listen to the spies? God said, I don't want anybody to die too young, nobody under 60, and they were punished only from 20 years and up. Therefore, 40 years, they had to wait until all those who sinned died, and the Jews could enter Israel, the next generation. Now, where did they wait for all those 40 years? They didn't went in one place. They went around the desert. And during that time, they brought about a revelation of godliness in the desert. So what is the desert? It's a place that is deserted. There is no people living there. There is no fruits, vegetables, orchard, nothing grows. Eretz lo zruah, as we say in Hebrew, is a land that is not planted, not seeded, there nothing grows there. Yet, when the Jewish people travel there, the well of Miriam traveled with there. We know it's a miracle source of water. And not only was for the Jewish people to drink, but everywhere they went, this miracle water in honor of Miriam caused all kinds of vegetables and even trees, fruit trees, to grow everywhere they went. It's an amazing miracle. What does it mean? That the Jewish people transformed the desert into a beautiful oasis, into a place where people could live because there was food, there was water. And this transformation is the lesson for us today. If the Torah, that is eternal, and it's an eternal lesson for every Jew, every time, is telling us this story, is because we have to do something similar today. We have to transform the desert into a good, hospitable place where people can live comfortably, a beautiful oasis. Now, what does it mean spiritually? Sometimes we look around and we say, I live in a desert. Nobody is behaving the way we should. There is not an environment of Torah around us. So what does the Pirkei Avot say? Where there is no man, you be a man. There is not an excuse. Nobody's doing it. the other way around. It's an amazing opportunity to be the one to do it. Now, there is people that don't do anything because they don't know better. And there is people that know, and yet they choose not to behave properly. Either way, when you feel that you are in a place where there is no godliness, what should you do? You shouldn't say, oh, I'm running away, I'm looking for a better place. The lesson of the Jews going around the desert for 40 years was God wanted them to realize not only you can live in the desert, but you can transform it in a beautiful place. So as we travel through life, we find places that are deserted. There is not a positive energy, there is no Torah, there is no mitzvot. On those places, most important to bring about that revelation. Now, sometimes in our own life, we also find that we are in a desert, meaning that my behavior was not productive. No fruits, no vegetables, no grain, nothing is growing. Perhaps people are frustrated these days of isolation. And you can say, I'm like a desert. I'm not producing the fruits that I should be. Don't give up. This is the lesson from the counting of the Leviim. At the first, we're counted at 30 days of age, 1 month. In our parasha, we count them at 30 years of age. What's the lesson? A person should not say, I lived so many years, so many decades, like a desert, without being productive, without teaching, without doing what I should be doing. The situation is lost, it's too late. It says, no. Even those who were supposed to be counted at 30 days of age and went throughout 30 years of life, wasted away, so to speak. Don't worry. The Levites in our parasha are counted when they're 3 decades old. If a person decides, today I'm starting to serve Hashem, like the Leviim, today I'm going to become productive, I'm going to be a source of light and inspiration, Torah and mitzvot, God will give you the strength, the power to purify yourself, to improve yourself. And just like the Leviim, that they started carrying the Mishkan, their holy word, at that age, we will be able to do that and transform our inner desert. We all have inside areas that are deserted, that are lacking. We can transform them with the beautiful Be'eref Miriam, the miracle waters of Miriam. The water is Torah. Become productive, become a source of inspiration, become positive, and transform ourselves and those around us into people that happily serve Hashem. And like water, when you have a garden, when you have fruits make other fruits, and unlimited amount of fruits you can have from one tree, as each fruit is full of seeds. May we also be source of inspiration and how to connect to Hashem in a beautiful, deep way that will transform the desert that we are on into a beautiful oasis, into a beautiful place where we fulfill Hashem's will happily. Thank you so much for watching. Shavua Tov, Chodesh Tov. Tonight, 8 p.m. I'm looking forward to learning together.